Hello, students. So this portion of the review is on heat. So heat is the transfer of energy from hot to cold. Always from hot to cold. Never from cold to hot. Heat is the transfer of energy from hot to cold. Always. So when you are heating up a room, you are putting hot energy into it, not cold energy. There's no such thing. Now, energy in gases and liquids, recall, is how much the items are moving. So uh, a wiggling water molecule is a hot water molecule. Now, there are three basic types of heat. We have conduction, radiation, and convection. So the easy one is always a radiation. Now, radiation is putting something off, putting off heat, right? So, for example, if you go outside, hold your hand up, feel a little toasty, that's because of the sun. Convection. Convection is when hot air rises and cold air sinks. Very easy. Now, where people get messed up is the difference between convection and conduction. So, I'm going to try very hard to focus on that particular sticky point. Conduction. Conduction is when the transfer of heat through a material by direct contact. So this piece of metal is being heated by this candle. These, as we see, this metal is slowly heating up because of the candle, right? There's no candle right here, but this area is still hot because of the candle. And more specifically, conduction. So this right here is a picture of a frying pan, right? In this frying pan, there's food being cooked. It's a very strange looking frying pan, I give you that, but there is some conduction taking place that I want to focus on. So conduction, two things are touching, and because they're touching, the heat is transferred along it. So the pot handle will be getting hot because of the burner, even though the pot handle and the burner aren't next to each other. The burner still transfers energy to the pot handle because it is still connected to the metal. Words that are similar to conduction. Conductor, like from a train, or conduct, which is behavior. So you hear the key there, the duct. Conduction, conductor, conduction. So hot led to cold. So they have to be touching, and hot goes into the cold. Hot goes into the cold. Hot goes into the cold. It's not cold into the hot. So when you have an ice cube, the reason the soda pop that you're drinking is cooling down is because energy from the liquid is being transferred into the ice cube. Convection. Convection is a rotating thing. Now the key part here is convection. Convection. Now, convection is when warm water rises and cold water descends. So, if you have a liquid and there is a hot part and a cold part, it will start to cycle. This is called convection. This is also true with air. So, Hot air rises, cold air sinks. Hot air rises, cold air sinks, just like another circle. Here's another example of a circle, of a circular system here. So, hot water is rising, cold water is sinking. Hot water rising, cold water sinking. So you notice in this one, and this one, there are three pictures of circular systems. Three pictures, because that's what convection is. It's a circular system. Radiation. Now, we've already looked at convection, convection. Now, convection here is is cycling within a system. Cycling within a system. Conduction is heat or electricity is directly transmitted through a substance when there's a difference of temperature in two areas. So if we have a hot and a cold, hot goes into the cold, but they must be touching. So radiation is when energy leaves an object. Energy leaves an object and travels through the air. So, for example, you are very cold. You put yourself near a fire. You notice you're not actually in the fire. You're just holding your hands near it so it could be warm. So, for example, another example would be you standing near a radiator, and the radiator is putting off energy in the form of heat. So at this time, you should stop what you're doing and then take the R4 quiz on heat.